guys, it's Alexandra. Welcome back to my channel.
She's just like candy. She's so sweet, but you know that it ain't real cherry. Know that it ain't real cherry. She's just like candy. And she's so sweet.
So I'm really hyped. This is my first video with my new hair. If you want to see how I chopped off all my hair again for the third time, you can watch my last video. Today's video is very, very exciting for me because it is the first video I'm filming holding up my new palette to you guys. This video is going to be a little bit of a longer one. I will have timestamps so that you guys can see when I'm actually doing swatches, when I'm showing the palette. If you guys want to know the little history about the palette, like how I created it, I'll have that timestamp, and also about all the shade names because they're very important to me. So just check the description box for each timestamp and see what part of the video you want to watch. But if you stay through and watch the whole video, then you're greatly appreciated. So let's just show her to you guys. So this is my personal palette. That's why it looks a little bit beat up, like the box and stuff. But this is just the carton that it is coming in. It's just this baby pink color with a little bit of holographic where it says ethereal on it. All the ingredients are in the back. Again, this is not tested on animals. And the packaging is recyclable, so just make sure that you guys put this in with your boxes on recycle day. So this is my palette. Okay, so as you can see right here, it is cloud shaped. It goes with my ethereal theme. You guys know that my my eyelash boxes are cloud shaped. So this is how it looks. As a small business owner, we all make mistakes. So what I realized about this palette and what I didn't think of was that if I wanted it to maintain its cloud shape like this, as you can see when you open it, it still has that cloud shape. The mirror is on the front. But I had designed the palette in the way of the shades so that the shades would look like a cloud. But since the mirror is down here, the wordings, like if you hold it up like this, the words are upside down, which kind of sucks because if you turn it this way, you won't be able to see the words like up here. So yes, I'm sorry about that, but like I said, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I don't have this big team to like check everything. I was just designing it literally facing this way, and I didn't realize everybody holds the mirror on the top. But you know, it doesn't really matter because nobody really pays attention to shade names that much unless you're doing a tutorial. Anyways, these are the shades in the palette. A little bit of product info. This palette has 12 shades. It has 7 shimmers and 5 mattes. For the whole ethereal theme, I felt like shimmers was what more I would lean towards because it's very angelic, glistens in the sun, you know, sparkle. So that's why I included more shimmers, and I feel like this is really good for editorial looks. So of course this palette launches August 1st at 12 a.m. So if you're one of those people that you don't sleep early, you stay up to midnight, you will be able to purchase this. It is not launching later in the evening or in the afternoon. Of course, you can use code YouTube for money off your purchase. So if you watch this video, just know that you have an exclusive code because it will be retailing for $35. Now to some people that's expensive, but you just have to consider I paid a lot of money for it to be fully custom. I'm gonna get more into the difference between wholesale makeup and customized makeup. Wanted my palettes and all that to be customized, so I paid more for packaging. It took longer to come. I took a lot of time. This was like a year in the making to finally have this final product. Remember, this also comes with a mirror. So now into the steps on how I created my palette, because this was definitely a journey. Also wanted to tell you guys I'm actually wearing my palette on my eyes. At the end, after I discuss how I created my palette and I'm basically talking more about the palette, I'm going to be posting my 3 little TikToks I did with tutorials on this palette, or I'll be posting that at the end, so just stay tuned. First step into coming up with my own eyeshadow palette was figuring out what product I wanted to sell and the concept of the palette. I knew that I wanted my palette to be cloud shaped because, like I said, my eyelash boxes are cloud shaped. But it was extremely hard because it isn't as easy to find labs, especially in the United States. So if you want to know, my palettes are made in China, and Wild produces in China, Glamlight produces in China, some of Kylie palettes, even though I don't think she says they're made in China, I've literally gotten like email updates saying that my Kylie Cosmetics purchase was shipping from China. So yeah, a lot of brands actually create their products in China. I knew, okay, I wanted to have an eyeshadow palette. I kind of got an idea of what colors I wanted. Now, the first eyeshadow palette I wanted to release was a big flop. So since I was new to the whole makeup world, I didn't really know how to research for labs. So I just went and found a company that sells wholesale palettes, which means the palette is already made. You just slap your logo on it. And I thought, you know, oh my god, like this is like an easy way for me to have an eyeshadow palette that I can ease in to start creating makeup, and then I can eventually make my own. But then after I got the wholesale sample and I finally decided, because I did have it for a while like in my possession, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna post this and I'm gonna announce the palette. Somebody sent me a photo from another brand who had the same exact palette, because remember, mine was wholesale. So I had thought I changed up the colors, but it looked the exact same. So you also have to be careful when you are doing wholesale, because sometimes labs will lie to you because they just want money. So, but that was when I knew, like, nah, I'm not going to release this. I don't want to release something that another brand can have, that anybody can have if they just order it off of wholesale. So I waited, and then I found lab number 2, which is what I wanted to work with. So the packaging was wholesale packaging, but you had the option of choosing the shades, and any type of shades you wanted in the palette was up to you. So that was the second sample, which I'm going to show you guys now because I still have that one. So the carton says sample number 1 right here. As you can see, it's just basic glitter packaging. Any brand can have this, and even though I liked the shades in it, let me show you. You know, it is a really pretty palette. It just wasn't making me happy because I knew it wasn't anything special, and the market is already oversaturated. So if I'm gonna have a makeup brand, I want it to stand out, and I want it to be something different that people will be interested in buying, because anybody, like, this looks like so many palettes that you probably own. So it just wasn't what I wanted, and I was getting really discouraged when it came to palettes, which is why I decided to release other things like lashes, lash glue, sponges, things like that, because I just wasn't able still to find my lab. And after research, I looked on Google. I was like researching everywhere, labs in the United States, labs outside of the United States in different countries. I finally found my lab that I wanted to work with. Of course, I'm not going to share my lab. No company really does that. I'll type up labs that make custom packaging, labs that, you know what I'm saying? Like, type up all those things, because that's how I found my research. That's how I found my beautiful lab. Once I found my lab, I asked for samples of shadows, because my lab not only specialized in custom packaging, but they actually had eyeshadows as well. These were all samples that I got. I had a few more, but I decided on these 12 final shades. I'm going to show you guys swatches here and pictures of my samples so you guys can get an idea of how exciting it was for me. And once I realized, you know what, these are good, I got straight to creating the packaging for the palette. Here on the screen, you're going to see some of the prototypes for the ethereal palette. We went through 2 different color options, and then like deciding the logo, if I wanted a logo on the palette or just the word. But as you guys know, like I said, it is very cheaper to buy wholesale products than customized products. So I did drop some bands on this palette, but it is worth it because it is completely custom to my brand. It is exactly what I wanted for my brand, and it's just my dream palette. So once I decided on the final prototype, which is this picture here, we went straight to putting these palettes in production. So I'm going to insert some clips of how the actual paper looks before it's on cardboard, because my palette is cardboard, but don't worry, it's very, very sturdy, and it's not that cardboard that, like, I don't know if you can see, but if you get shadow on, you can just wipe it off. It doesn't stain the actual palette like the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is also cardboard. Again, if you're having trouble with the whole my palette is made in China, Morphe makes their palettes in China too, so That's just a lot of brands do. And boom, after we were in production, the final palette was made, which is what you see here. So my good friend Vanessa from Nessa CX Beauty actually did swatch my palette. If you guys want to see 2 videos of swatches, insert them here, but I am going to swatch all the shades for you guys because I want to get into my shade names. See, here is the shade named Lela, this white pearly shade. It's a beautiful shimmer, so I'm going to swatch that for you guys. I'm really terrible when it comes to swatches, so please bear with me. It looks right there. Lela is my grandma. We just call her Lela. Her actual name is Maria. She is from Puerto Rico. She only speaks Spanish. But I just remember when I first got into makeup, she had like these, you know, she's an older lady, so y'all know they be going to ride and getting like Revlon Clinique makeup. So she had like the bake eyeshadows and then like the cream ones. And I would always fake do makeup tutorials in the mirror using the cream eyeshadows, always playing in her makeup. She plays an important role in my life because even though, you know, I don't speak Spanish, which I'm very ashamed of, I just always feel like we had our own little language, and I'm getting emotional, but she is so important to my life. And you know, she is getting older, and I just wanted to make sure she had a space in this palette. Her favorite shade is Pearl. She always paints her nails like a light white type of color, like literally she's always wearing pearls. So I just wanted to make sure that this, you know, pearly white shade was named after her. Of course, I cannot forget where I'm from. So this shade right here is BX, which stands for the Bronx. Swatch it right here. Can you guys see that? Is that a good swatch? Y'all, I promise I'm gonna get, ooh, that looks so pigmented. I promise I'm going to get better at these swatches. I'm just so bad. I'm from isn't the easiest place to live, you know, so this is just kind of like a gritty color, but it just represents where I'm from, and I'm always gonna be proud of being from the Bronx. Like, nobody can tell me otherwise. Right here is Café. My dad is a humongous coffee lover. This is the shade right here. Okay, I can't see. Y'all just watch Nessa's video because she does better swatches than me. The next shade right here is the shade 117. This resonates with me because I feel it is my angel. The year 17 has been amazing for me. It's when I fully launched my brand. I have all this stuff going on, and this just means that my angels are guiding me on my creative path. This shade right here is called Fran, after my mom, of course. My mom's name is Frances. Next shade name is Maze. Now, I named the shade Maze after a nail salon my grandma and I always go to. She took me there since I was 3 years old to this nail salon. She met Gwen Stefani there. She was talking about me to Gwen Stefani, so Gwen Stefani knows me. Get on the D train and travel up to 14th Street and always get our nails done. She also helped me get into makeup as well because she would take me to MAC when she would get her makeup done and stuff. So yeah, she plays an important role in my life. And if you know me personally, pink and purples are my thing. So this palette, I don't care if the theme was goth, it was gonna have a pink shade. This shade right here is named Violet after my Theo. He always eats like the violet candy, and I just always remember growing up, like that was like literally the smell in the room. If he was there, like he literally smelled like a walking pack of violets. And he would always give some to me, and him and I have had this really tight bond ever since I was little, and I love him so much. So for my first palette, I wanted my family to know how much they meant to me. So this is Violet. So this shade right here is Patience. It just goes with the theme. I feel like something I lack a lot of is patience, and it's something I always need to work on, but it's such a pretty shade. Shade here is Dream. This one is named after my boyfriend. He's always been so supportive of my goals and my dreams. I've literally never met anyone like in a relationship stance, whether it be friendship or whatever, be as supportive as him. And I'm a big Jhené Aiko fan, so her song Blue Dream literally is what I think of when I think of my boyfriend. Next shade right here is the shade Divine, and this shade, y'all. I have a feeling everybody's gonna love this shade because it's literally bomb as hell. Shade right here is so pick. Okay, so my memory card is having some issues, so it didn't show me swatching basically the last two shades, so I'm just going to do it again. So this shade right here is named Anna after my Titi Annie. I love her so much. She's just always been like such a shopaholic in my life, and she just, I don't know, she just reminds me of glam herself. She always looks put together, and she has a beautiful, beautiful green eyes, so I just thought I have to name the green shade after her. And that's the green shade. Right here is named Wallflower, and I just kind of feel like that's what I am sometimes, and it just resonates with me. So it's just the yellow shade because I don't know, yellow is so pretty, it reminds me of a flower. And this is how it looks. Am I doing this right? I promise I'm gonna like learn how to swatch better because these are just terrible. Those are the swatches and reasons why I named all these shades the way I did. Thank you guys so much for supporting my small business. You know, I really started this from the ground up. Make sure to watch my business playlist if you're someone who's thinking about starting a business and don't know where to start. I just have a few tips and stuff out there to help you guys because I'd rather you guys be your own bosses. Make sure on August 1st to check out www.etherealmakeupshop.com. Use code YouTube for money off of your order so you can purchase this beautiful palette. You should know it does come with a film when you first get the palette. I just threw mine out already. It's just a protector so that none of the shadows get messed up or the mirror gets smudged. I'm so excited to have more launches. I'm coming out with water activated liner soon, so just stay tuned because every time I have something new coming out, I do film a video on it. I just released a lash glue. Some of my lashes are restocked. A lot of them kind of sold out already. But on August 1st, you can just add everything to your cart. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 5K, guys, and this just means the world to me. Please, I want to hit 5K before my birthday. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!